I ended up going shopping with Yume because anyway, and we arrived at some store that specializes in women's clothing, but
こっちのよりこの柄の方が天風さんには似合うかも。そうか？みなつはこの色を気に入っているのだが。
You know, I just picture what if they opened up like a kind of robot shop. You just like, for all the latest accessories and fashion to do with robots. And you should be like, I finally can have that, what was it? Was it like a cannon or a gun or something she wanted to have like attached? Just like, now on sale! Half price! Just like, I've gotta have that! Then just be like, weren't we supposed to be looking for pajamas? I thought we were getting there, but shopping with two girls takes time, huh? Just when I think to decide on something, somehow a completely different distraction popped up. Couldn't they just pick something out and be done with it? I think this is what goes through anyone's mind that, you know, doesn't, like, do the whole shopping thing on the same level as the person they happen to be with. It's always like, if you're being dragged along with someone who's, like, highly enthusiastic about shopping, just loves to just window shop for the most part, then you're just gonna be like, your mind's just gonna be like, this doesn't make any sense to me. You'd be like, they'd be looking at shoes, you'd be like, look at those. Just like, yeah, it's shoes, you put them on your feet, whatever. Just like, but look at them, aren't they good? It's shoes. Look at this, look at this dress, isn't it great? Yeah, are you gonna buy it? No. Then what the hell's the point? Well, isn't it nice to look at it? Oh, this one. Oh god, it's freaking, I just want to go home. It's just, why am I being dragged around here? I felt anxious. Oh, Akane Anzu.
女装に違いないわ。本当に？義行くん、そっちの気がある人なの？でも義行くん、綺麗な顔してるし。案外似合うかも。中途半端に女装するくらいなら、いっそ女体化しちゃえばいいのに。女体化？好きな人は好きかもしれないけど、私はちょっと勘弁かな。やっぱりついてる同士が絡むからいいんだし。
Hey, hold on. This has no attachment to what's going on. How can they decide on this stuff so easily? Because they're trolls, Yoshiki. This is what trolls do. They deliberately talk shit to kind of wind you up.
義行くんがそういう趣味の持ち主だったとしても差別したりはしないから安心してね。で、どういう系統の服が好みなの？お姉系？それともゴスロリ系とか？
Wait just a minute, don't go declaring what's fact all on your own.
反論しないってことは事実だと認めたのと同じことよ。
What kind of witch trial reasoning was that? It's troll reasoning. It really is. You know, just like, I've always heard on the internet, just like, people just don't seem to kind of misuse that term, just like, for anything. Just like, well, you don't like what I don't like, so you're a troll. But, from my understanding, I think that means pretty much, like, just winding people up for the hell of it, you know? Because you find it amusing. So you try to, like, talk a lot of shit to wind the person up, and once you wind up, you have successfully trolled them. Because you pretty much, what's the word I'm looking for? Got a reaction out of pretty much nothing, just talking bullshit. That's what I think it supposedly would mean. And that's probably been around since man learned to talk, I imagine. Just like, picture like a caveman, just like, I can speak, this is great, we have language now. And the other caveman's like, I fucked your wife. You fucking what? No I didn't. Are you trying to get me pissed off? Yes I am. And that's how the first violence between humans began as well, I imagine. Something like that. Are you guys also going?
羨ましいです。
Now, for old time's sake, I'm gonna say it. Akane has cleavage. Akane is sitting in a cheerful fashion while smiling broadly. I recalled how they said they were going to a ski resort over New Year's, and I was a bit jealous.
このパジャマかわいいかも。買って帰ろうかな。
Akane, you're really fine with those small things. They can't be keeping any cold out at all. They won't be able to get past your breast for crying out loud.
平気平気。パジャマになって受けが取れればいいんだから。試着してこよっと。
You know, I imagine, like, if anyone watches these videos and isn't really paying attention to the video, say, like, for example, I tend to, like, have a video on the background while I'm doing something else kind of thing. I imagine that, and just, like, when I added that extra comment onto the end of that sentence, just like, wait, was I in the game, or well, novel, or was it just some added commentary, or what? You'd have to rewind the video a bit to check, wouldn't you? Is it really okay? You look like Yume and Amikaze hadn't picked anything out yet. Yume is... over there. Hey Yume, where's Amikaze? You know, I'm trying to think how I'd pronounce her name if I didn't know the pronunciation. Because for some reason I kind of picture that if her name wasn't pronounced in this visual novel, I'd probably have got the pronunciation completely wrong. Because every time I look at it, I think, like, this is totally not how I'd pronounce it if I didn't know that. Yume didn't seem to have noticed me, and she was examining one particular pair of pajamas. Yume, can you hear me?
何?
What are you looking at?
いや、別に。
Yume was looking at a pair of pajamas with a simple yet cute design. Oh, pajamas, huh?
何ですか?
No, I was just thinking they'd look good on you, Yume.
何言ってるんですか? 私は別にパジャマを見てたわけじゃなくて、いや、ジャージがあればいいです。ジャージは動きやすいし楽だし、それに意外と暖かいというか。
She got all flustered and hurriedly picked up the first jersey she could find.
だから私は別にパジャマが欲しいとか思ってるわけじゃないですからね。じゃあ、私は天風さんの様子を見に行こうかな。
Yume ran off towards Amikaze as if she was running away. So she dressed like a jersey or something, huh? If that was true, she wouldn't have been expecting that so seriously. I imagine Yume wearing the pajamas in front of me. Yeah, not bad. Really, it'd look even cuter than that jersey. Oh well, can't be helped. I checked my wallet and looked at the price tag. Well, looks like I had enough money for it. Couldn't hurt, I guess. It was New Year's after all. Excuse me, I'd like to buy this. I grabbed one of the nearby employees. Now it must be awkward.
今日は付き合ってくれてありがとう。感謝する。
Shopping for a girl, you know, if you're a guy. You just be like, buy a girl's clothes or something like that. I mean, would they think? Just be like, are you a transvestite or are you buying it for your girlfriend or sister or what? Just be like, I don't know.
そんな気にしなくてもいいですよ。旅行を楽しんできてくださいね。それじゃあ二人とも良いお年を。お土産買ってくるから期待しててね。じゃあ、また来年。
The three of them walked off, their shoulders lined up with one another. Skiing, huh? Darn, that sounds like fun. I wish I could have gone too. Well, you did once. Twice, actually. But that was quite a while back.
そう?家でテレビ見ながらゴロゴロしてる方がのんびりできていいと思うけど。
A smiment. Man, I really need to get a new lead for the PS3 there, man. It's quite dodgy, honestly. Have you ever, like, you just plug in your console and you just, like, get that... Just like, oh, don't like the sound of that. Fuck. Need to get one of these. Just, like, freaked me out there. I was like, oh, shit. Freaking turn it off. But seriously, man, fucking hell. That did sound like Yume's ideal situation.
さて、私たちも帰ろっか。あんまり 遅くなるとお姉ちゃんも心配するし。
she said and sped up her walking pace. Hey, wait up! Don't be in such a hurry. I want to give you something before we get back home.
渡したいもの？何急に？
Here, I bought this earlier. Having said that, I handed over the pajamas I bought for her earlier. Well, I figured it couldn't hurt, you know, giving your little sister a present once in a while.
どうせ兄さんのことだから面白がって変なの買ったんでしょ？別にいいけどさ。
She mumbled before peering into her bag. Yume was spacing out with an amazed expression on her face. And then she looked at me.
どうしてこれを？
Well, you seem to be staring at them, so...
いや、別にじっと見てたわけじゃ。
I was, staring into space. Yeah, that's plausible enough, isn't it? Well, actually, it can be, isn't it? I mean, when you space out, you could be staring at anything, and people are like, why are you staring at that? I'm not staring at it. It's like, you are? Yeah, I'm just kind of just zoning out. It's like, I always recall this kind of moment where I just like, at one of my sister's friends' houses, and just was like, I don't know what to say or do here, so I just kind of spaced out, and to them it must have looked like I was just staring at the fridge, essentially. But I was actually just kind of just like, in my own mind, just like, But to them, just be like, is he hungry or something, I imagine? Wait, did I read that? You know, if you get a boyfriend, you can't just walk around in a jersey, can you? Says who? That's why, as your older brother, I've...
なんでもない。別に私はジャージでもいいんだけど、兄さんがそう言うならしょうがないからもらってあげます。
She held onto her bag like it was the most important thing in the world. Well, if you don't want it, I won't force you to.
さてと、寒いから早くお家に帰ろう。
That being said, she spun around and sped up her face again. Hey, Yume, wait for me!
嫌です。
Yume's footsteps moved further and further away from me. Looking at her back, for some reason, it seemed as if she was about to start skipping happily. Now for our next report. Around 3 p.m. today, 20 male restaurant employees in the main shopping district fell unconscious and had to be brought to a hospital. After arriving at the hospital, they regained consciousness without incident. The doctor's examination revealed no abnormalities, and the cause is believed to be stress and overwork, although they might suspect that someone farted. As we enter December, the number of people who suddenly faint and have to be brought to hospital is increasing. Somebody has some serious gas problems in this, on this island. We know that the end of the year is hectic, but please everyone, don't push yourselves too hard, and don't fart so much in public if you know that your gas really smells pretty bad. We were all seated around the dining table, idly listening to the TV news.
二人とも気をつけてね。無理とかしないように。兄さんが過労で倒れるくらい無理するわけないじゃない。
Wait, what? I'm pretty sure what Nissan would collapse from doesn't qualify. Wait. Oh, I see. I really don't want you telling me that.
いや、私は兄さんと違って繊細だから。
Delicate? There's nothing delicate about being as lazy as you are.
何よ。
Never mind. That said, I think Otne should be the most careful, really.
え？
So serious and punctual that you're the perfect candidate for it, you know? You're always kind of pushing a bit too hard, right?
私は大丈夫だよ。無理なんてしてないよ。
She was shaking her hand in denial. In her case, the worst part was probably that she didn't realize that she was overdoing it. Let's see what happens when it collapses, yeah?
それに私は規則正しい生活してるもん。弟くんとかゆめちゃんは冬休みだからって夜更かしとかしてそうだし。
By pure chance, Yume and I had the exact same reaction. Well, count me in as well, because it's like, Just like, that's what happens anytime I mention to people like outside of family, just kind of surprised by my nocturnal kind of nature, where I'm always like, I feel more energetic at night. Mornings are just like, nights are just like, peaceful, and, well, yeah, I suppose, yeah, peaceful, and it just like, it has a certain mood and atmosphere, I don't know how to describe it. And then once it gets close to the morning, it's just like, I don't know, I just not a morning person. I think a lot of people are like that, really, just like, but I don't know about the whole, you know, being awake in the early hours of the morning and just like, instead be like, oh, I gotta get sleep, man, this is just an exhausting time to be awake. For me, it's just like, energy! But pure chance you might have it already.
そうだよね。まず規則正しい生活をすることが健康管理の第一歩だしね。
Define.
二人ともお休みだからってだらけた生活しちゃダメだよ。
No, seriously, define it. That's what always happens. It's like people just say like, live a fulfilling lifestyle, be productive, live healthily, and well balanced and all that. Well, could you define it? I mean, that's pretty vague. Like productive, for example. What is productive? It's like, well, playing video games is not productive. Walking around the block or something, that's productive. Okay, but it's productive for your health, but I suppose that's the point, really. But still, it's just like, yeah, you can do that, but I don't even know where I'm going with this example. Just get on with the plot. Or you could walk around the block while playing video games. You could, if you got a handheld console. I could see you may want to bear her fangs at the thought of having to deal with criticism. Even though I saw her glare like that, I never thought it'd turn out like this.
二人ともちゃんと聞いてるの？はい。
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, Yume. I accidentally turned our fun time together into a serpent held by Otne. Just like this is how you should live your lives, healthily and, you know, filled with stress and work. What? Doesn't sound like a healthy lifestyle. Yeah, but it's my choice because you gotta overwork yourself. No, you don't see the flaw in this, do you? I let out a big yawn as I put the manga I was reading down onto the bed. Maybe I should get some sleep. Looking at the clock, it was a bit past midnight. You know, it really is, for me, just like, look at the clock and be like, oh, it's just past midnight. I'm so used to it that I look at the clock, it'd be like midnight and just be like, oh, it's early. It's like, early? It's late. It's early for me. It's late for morning people, I suppose, but not for me. What should I do? I think it's the bathroom one, but let me just double check. Yep, bathroom. Oh, what a relief. And on my way back to my room, I noticed that the door to Yume's room was open. I could see a stream of light shining out through the crack. What's Yume doing up at this hour? I carefully looked into the room so that Yume wouldn't notice me. Your room looks like all the other rooms, except emptier. Are those the pajamas I bought for her earlier today? She isn't wearing them, though. Yume was holding the pajamas to her chest while turning around and looking at herself in the big mirror. She's being weird. Incredibly weird. Yume carefully folded the pajamas and took great care when she placed them back in the bag. But then suddenly she took them back out of the bag again and went back to her private fashion show. She even tilted her head a bit like she was some kind of model. I'd heard of people doing some eccentric things when alone in the room, but I had no idea there was weird stuff like this going on in my house. What are you talking about, man? This seems fairly normal to some of the potential kind of odd stuff that people can do in their own privacy of their own room. The walls have ears and the doors have eyes. I need to remind her that you never know who might be watching. That's... just reminds me of, is it the NSA there? Just like, always be watching. Yume folded pajamas again and once more put them back in her bag. Hey, Yume, if you're going to do a fashion show on your own, shouldn't you at least put the clothes on? Yume jerked her shoulders in surprise and sprung to her feet. Yume's eyes bulged out of their sockets and she slowly turned around to face me. Ever since you held that thing to your chest and smiled like crazy. Yume's face turned as red as a boiled lobster. Well, that was certainly an interesting show. Were you really that happy about it? Yoshiuki, you're going to die! Wouldn't putting it on be a better way to check that than holding it up and smiling at the mirror? Got a point. Privacy, your door was open. I just happened to take a look and, instead of just, taking a look and then walking away, decided to take a long look. I'd better, Yoshiuki, you were only sticking around to see if she was going to get changed. I'm one lucky big brother. I never thought you'd be that happy. I won't be able to forget your smile for quite a while, Yume was getting pissed. She started picking up nearby things and throwing them at me. Whoa, hey, stop that! Don't throw stuff at me, calm down! Books, magazines, pillows, cushions, she threw everything she could find at me, everything but the kitchen sink. That wasn't in her room. Not wanting to become a victim of Yume's berserker rage, I fled her room as fast as I could. And then probably tripped over. That was scary. I never thought you'd get that pissed off. Gee, you think you've known her all these years and you still don't, well, he is the densest character I've ever come across in fiction in general, but still. I guess maybe I teased her a bit too much. Oh well, whatever, I was just glad she liked it.
例えば、チョコレートは微笑みを浮かべさせ、キャンディーは嫌なことを忘れさせる。口に含んだ瞬間みんな笑顔になる。お菓子にはそんな人を幸せにする力があるんだよ。
When Junichi-san opened his clenched hand, a manju had appeared in it.
ほら、お食べなさい。
I put the manju Junichi-san had given to me into my mouth. This whole thing seems misleading, really, isn't it? Candy is good and makes you happy, so eat a lot of candy and you'll be happy. I don't know about that, man. It's tasty.
ほら、そんな風にね。
Now eat a lot of that, become obese, and I'll throw you in the oven. No, that's just screwed up. Junichi-san smiled as he gently said that to me.
何に悩んでるかはわからないけど、難しい顔をしていても何も解決なんてしないんだよ。人を幸せにするには自分も幸せに。人を笑顔にするには自分も笑顔でなきゃね。
He patted me on the shoulder. But did I really get that girl to smile for me? I'd already tried it so many times. But she always looked so lonely and never said anything. Always on her own. Thinking about that, I couldn't really smile. So is this like these sequences just focusing entirely on Otne and never focus on Yume at all?
それならおじいちゃんが一つとっておきの魔法を教えてあげようじゃないか。
Magic trick?
そう。どんな子でも立ちどころに笑顔になるとっておきの魔法だ。
Don't know about that.
もちろん効果は絶大。過去に実績があるからね。
Junichi-san sounded full of confidence when he said that. If that's true, then I'd really like to learn it, I thought. But is there really magic like that?
あると思う。
Really? It'll make anyone smile for sure?
も ちろん。甘いお菓子をもらって腹を立てる女の子はいないからね。
As he said that, he let out a big laugh. What if they're allergic to it, though? Rolling around in my bed, feeling at ease, just relaxing, this is what I live for. Ah, such bliss. A bed that's just the right temperature is such an indescribable feeling. And with that cool air up by my head feels even better. This is true happiness. Not many people know of this. Did someone enter my room? No, I can't wake up yet. I will not relinquish this pleasure. I buried my face in my pillow and pretended to sleep.
あれ兄さんまだ寝てるの？朝ごはんもうできてるよ。早く起きて。
It's like the plot's just like, hey, we're gonna have Yume show up to wake you up instead of Otne because you chose different decisions, so Otne didn't visit you in your room, so it didn't lead to that scene where she ends up, well, actually he ended up waking her up, didn't he, if I recall. She said rivers,ly and prepared to yank away my blanket. Yume, I beg you, just let me sleep for 5 more minutes.
何子供みたいなこと言ってるの？朝ごはん冷めちゃうよ。
Why is it always 5 minutes? It's always that number, always 5 minutes. Why not 6 or 7 minutes? I'll just heat it in the microwave then. Such are the advances of modern civilization. Have you ever, like, warmed up something in the microwave? You know, it's cooked, but it becomes cold and you warm it up. It just doesn't taste the same at all.
文明人じゃなくて、単に物臭なだけでしょ？
Oh, that's
ほら、
rich.
早く起きて。
That's rich, man. As she said that, she heartlessly grabbed my futon and yanked it out from beneath me. Robbed of my futon, I visually headed straight for the floor. Ah! Having lost the safety of my bed, my bodily heat quickly dissipated.
まったくもう、あんまり手をかけさせないでよ。
You cold-hearted person, what kind of inhuman beast are you anyway? And then I noticed that Yume was wearing something different from usual. Oh.
何？ジロジロ見たりして。
I just noticed that you're wearing the pajamas I bought you.
そうだよ。せっかく買ってもらったんだし、着ないともったいないから。
See, I told you they look good on you.
いや、当たり前です。
As she said that, she blushed slightly. Her mouth seemed a bit more relaxed as well. It was kind of like she was expressing her happiness, and I felt good about giving her that present too. There, now you can get a boyfriend without having to worry. What? Just like, now that you've got pajamas, you can totally get a boyfriend easily. How would that work? Can you imagine misleading information with that? It's like, so he just like she asks a guy out while wearing pajamas, just like, what the bloody hell? Jerseys don't really show off any interest in the opposite sex, huh? Yep, Party-san must feel very relieved now. Wait, what's with that annoyed look? Yume was happy just a moment ago, but suddenly she started frowning.
別にそんな顔してません。先に今の方に行ってるから。ご飯冷めちゃわないうちに来てね。
Yume pouted and left the room. What now? As usual, I really didn't get her. You've lived with her pretty much most of your life, and you just, well, whatever, and you don't understand anyone, do you, Yoshiyuki? I mean, what has he been doing all these years? Did I say something to make her angry?